Hello, this is Dr. Simpson, and I have dental advice for you. In this series, I call it Understanding Your Mouth or Your Tooth. Uh, I want to definitely go into the lesson of seeing what dental decay, uh, we call it in dentistry caries, caries, but you know it more as cavities or dental decay. So for simplicity's sake, we'll make sure we say decay of cavities so you'll kind of understand. If you notice on this picture, um, you see a tooth. Now, in lesson one, please go on my channel and look up for lesson one. You'll see the label the actual parts of the tooth. Okay, so we're not going to really go over that today. Go into my previous video on lesson one. Okay, but today we're going to kind of go over a few pictures of what dental decay looks like. So when your dentist tells you that you have cavities or decay, you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like in the stages of decay. Okay, so if you notice here, the tooth, the enamel here, the dentin, the pulp, and this represents tooth decay. Here, that's in the enamel and the dentin. Also here, the same thing. Now, as you know, as you saw on the previous video, that we have two parts of the tooth, the crown and the root, or roots. Okay, you can actually have decay on the root. Now, that's different from decay in the root canal. All right, that means the tooth is infected. But if decay is on the root, then that means that it's on the outside of the root, and it may or may not be infected, but to fix a tooth that has root decay sometimes is not possible, and the tooth may have to be pulled. But these types of decay, and I'm going to give you another picture here. Um, these types of decay that's into the enamel or into the dentin can usually be filled with filling material. Okay, the two types of filling material are commonly amalgam, which is silver filling, which less and fewer dentists are doing these days, but some do. And then, of course, composite or white filling material, which more dentists and most dentists do, front and back teeth for those. All right. So if you have a decay into the enamel, hey, not real major. Drill it out, put a filling in. If you have decay into the dentin, um, sometimes that dentin filling can be sensitive, make the tooth sensitive, or the dentin cavity, sorry, can make the tooth sensitive, can actually possibly hurt. Now, the third type of decay, as you see here, is into the nerve or the pulp. Okay, that's now when the tooth is infected and now needs what they call a root canal. As you saw on the first picture, if the decay is on the root, sometimes, most of the time, that cannot be fixed and will have to be pulled. But if the decay is in the root canal, okay, in the pulp, then the dentist or a specialist called an endodontist would need to do what they call a root canal, which is simply doing a deeper filling into the canal or the canals of the tooth, depends on what type of tooth it is, whether it has one, two, or three canals. Okay, so we'll go into that in another video, but this is just basically kind of giving you an idea of the stages of tooth decay. All right, if your tooth hurts, more than likely the decay is into the dentin and or the pulp. If it's just in the dentin, again, you can do a filling of some sort. If it's into the enamel, more than likely you can do a filling. Sometimes you don't even know that they're there. That's why it's very important to go to the dentist on a very regular basis, because a lot of cavities and decay are silent. And what I mean by silent is you don't know they're there. They don't hurt. Um, I often equate um, dental decay as levels of high blood pressure. If you or someone you love has high blood pressure, for the most part, does high blood pressure hurt? For the most part, it does not. But if high blood pressure goes uncontrolled for a certain amount of time and really gets high, what can happen? You can have a stroke or a heart attack. Well, if the tooth decay is left undetected and you don't know it's there, you don't feel no pain or no sensitivity, you don't go to the dentist for he or she to find it out for you that you have a small cavity, it will grow. And when it grows, and gets into the dent and into the nerve, sometimes doing a simple filling is not the answer. So that could be the equivalence of a heart attack, tooth heart attack, or a tooth stroke. Um, thank goodness that the consequences are generally not uh, life threatening for the most part. But yes, some people have died from tooth abscesses, which result from a tooth being infected too long and spreading into the jaw. But we'll go into that later on in maybe another video. All right. So let's look at a couple of pictures of teeth, live pictures of teeth that have cavities. Okay. Cavities can take, decay can take different forms, but these are like a back teeth, premolar, and molars. And you'll see one of my videos also on my channel that you'll see the different types of teeth. So these are molars, these are premolar, it's a premolar here, and this is dental decay. Okay, let's look at another picture of dental decay. These are two premolars next to each other, and the decay is in between the teeth, where now the tooth has cracked and fractured. Now the question is this cavity into the? It's definitely into the enamel. More than likely, it's into the dentin, and it could actually be into the pulp. The way that we find that out is by doing X-ray. Again, we'll have another video. Actually, lesson 3 will be dental decay on X-rays, so we can take a look at the various views of that, so you can kind of put it all together. I didn't want to keep this video make it too long because I like to keep it kind of short, under 10 minutes, to keep your attention. But here are this is decay on both of these teeth. They will have to be uh, removed by usually numbing the patient up and drilling the cavity out and then refilling it usually with a filling. Now, if fillings get too big, then we recommend crowns. But again, we'll go into more of that. Stay tuned on my channel. All right, and I think that is it for the pictures. But basically, bottom line is, just does all cavities tooth decay hurt? No, they don't. Is it important to have them removed at the early stages? Yes, it is. And I'd rather get the cavity fixed when it's small. A lot of times the treatment cost is less, not only in treatment type and filling size, but also money wise. The smaller the cavity, the smaller the filling, the less the price. Okay, so I just wanted to basically go over the stages of tooth decay. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me in the comment section. Go to my website, dentaladviceforyou.com. We can even have a consultation about what's going on in your mouth to help you understand it from a personal standpoint. But otherwise, I appreciate you looking at this video, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.